Hello everybody, welcome back. I am the Exam Mastery host, your virtual guide to cybersecurity and the CompTIA CySA Plus journey. Whether you are prepping for the certification or are just curious about defending the digital world, you are in the right place. Every week we break down complex security topics into simple, actionable insights to help you grow as a cybersecurity analyst. Let's build your skills, boost your confidence, and stay ahead of threats together. If you find value here, consider subscribing and sharing your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing cloud assessment tools. We've seen Scout Suit, Prowler, and Pacu actually in the objectives. So they are going to be showing up on the test. Just for the fact that they are in the objectives, you're going to need to know how to use them, right? So why do cloud assessment tools matter? And the CySA Plus Domain 2.2. Cloud assessment tools are critical for identifying vulnerabilities and misconfiguration in cloud environments, which often support web applications. With the rise of cloud adoption, misconfigurations are a leading cause of breaches, responsible for 15% of data breaches in 2022, costing millions per incident. These tools will help you find vulnerabilities, detect misconfigurations, weak policies, or exposed resources, ensure compliance, align with standards like PCI DSS, HIPAA, or CIS benchmarks, simulate attacks, test cloud environments to uncover exploitable flaws, strengthen security, harden cloud infrastructure to protect sensitive data. In this video, we're going to be focusing on Scout Suit, Prowler, and Pacu for these cloud assessment tools. What is Scout Suit, my bad. Scout Suit, developed by NCC Group, is an open source, multi-cloud security auditing tool that assesses the security posture of cloud environments like AWS, Azure, GCP, and Oracle Cloud. It uses cloud provider APIs to gather configuration data and generate a comprehensive report of vulnerabilities and misconfigurations. Key strength: provides a high-level point and time view of cloud security risk with an HTML report for easy analysis. Key features: we have multi-cloud support, audits AWS, Azure, GCP, Azure and GCP, and more. Passive scanning: collects data without modifying the environment, making it safe for production. Detailed reports: highlights risk like open S3 buckets, overly permissive IAM roles, or unencrypted storage. Generates reports you can analyze without ongoing cloud access. How to use Scout Suit. Install Scout Suit from GitHub with git clone. You pip install their requirements.txt for Python requirements. You configure your credentials like the AWS CLI or equivalent with read-only access with AWS IAM keys. Run the scan python scout.py AWS -- profile your profile. It would scan all the supported devices or services, EC2, S3, and IAM, and it would generate an HTML report. Open the HTML report in a browser to review findings, such as exposed security groups or missing encryption. Fix issues like restricting public S3 buckets or tightening IAM policies, then rescan to verify. Use case: you're auditing an AWS environment and run Scout Suit. The report flags a public S3 bucket with sensitive data, a PCI DSS violation. You restrict the bucket's permissions, rerun the scan, and confirm compliance, ensuring no data exposure. What is Prowler? Prowler is an open source security assessment tool focused on AWS, Azure, GCP, and Kubernetes. It performs security best practices checks and compliance audits against frameworks like CIS benchmarks, GDPR, and HIPAA. Key strikes: fast, customizable scans with detailed compliance reporting. Key features: compliance checks, validates against CIS, NIST, and GDPR, and other standards. Granular controls, supports scanning specific services, S3, IAM, or regions. Multiple output formats, generates reports in CSV, JSON, or HTML. Integration: works with AWS Security Hub for centralized finding. Okay, now we're on how to use Prowler. Clone the GitHub repo, install dependencies, configure credentials like IAM with AWS CLI, run the scan specific services, analyze results, and remediate based on those findings. Use case: you can run Prowler on an AWS account and discover a custom IAM policy allowing IAM attached role policy, a potential privilege escalation risk. You revise the policy to follow least privileges, rerun Prowler, and confirm the fix, aligning with AWS best practices. What is Pacu? Pacu is developed by Rhino Security Labs. It's an open source AWS exploitation framework designed for offensive security. It simulates real-world attacks to identify vulnerabilities like privilege escalation or data exfiltration in AWS environments. Key strengths: focused on penetration testing, simulating attacker techniques to test cloud security. Key features: modular design, includes modules for enumeration, privilege escalation, and exploitation. Privilege escalation testing identifies weak IAM policies that allow unauthorized access. Data exfiltration, stealth features, right? How to use Pacu: you clone it from the GitHub, you running the install script, you configure your credentials with secure AWS keys, right? Run modules. With the list modules, the run a privilege escalation scan, enumerate the resources, analyze results, review findings like exploitable IAM policies or accessible S3 buckets. You remediate, tighten permissions or remove vulnerable configurations, then retest. Use case: you can use Pacu's IAM privsc scan module and find a user without permissions to modify their own IAM roles, allowing privilege escalation to admin. Remove the risky permissions, retest with Pacu, and ensure the account is secure. Best practices for cloud assessment: get authorization, use read-only access, combine tools, prioritize findings, automate scans, and practice in labs. Why this matters for the CySA Plus: you need to understand how Scout Suit, Prowler, and Pacu identify cloud vulnerabilities, the role of cloud assessment tools in securing web app infrastructure, how to interpret and prioritize findings from scans, the connection between those tools and compliance with standards like PCI DSS or CIS benchmarks, right? Mastering these tools prepares you to secure cloud environments and excel as a cybersecurity analyst. So that is going to be it for these different cloud security tools, auditing tools, right? They're not all auditing tools, but they audit for these different vulnerabilities and stuff. So I would say they're auditing tools that help in cybersecurity and threat vulnerability management. So thank you everybody for watching. Please comment down below if you have any questions or you didn't understand something or you have any concerns. But I really do enjoy reading your comments. Thank you everybody for watching. Bye.